Hi everyone, welcome back. My name is Rachel. Today I am doing a bridal makeup look. I hope to do 3 looks total. Since it is wedding season, I want to give you a couple different looks. Today is going to be more of a classic look. So I hope you guys like what I come up with. And I'm going to be showing you some of my tips and tricks that I have learned over the last few years as I have been doing bridal makeup. So, if you're not subscribed to my channel, like the video, and let's get started. Okay, so I already filled in my eyebrows. This is something I think you should just lightly do, especially if you wear not a lot of makeup. Whether it's a pencil or if it comes in like a pot, it's called a pomade. Just to define the brows. You can go, like I used with mine, I used a pencil and I just did light strokes to create hair-like effect. Second, always prime your eyelids. That way the shadows are going to last longer on your lids, because with the powders, it'll absorb any oils that your lids may create. So you can use an eyeshadow primer like Urban Decay or Urban Decay Potion. e.l.f. has an lid primer, Smashbox, or you can use concealer. That's what I do most of the time. It does exactly what a primer would do. Another reason why I do a primer is because it cancels out any of the discoloration around your eyes, as well as covering up any veins and things like that. Then you're going to want to set it. That way when you go in with your eyeshadows, they're not going to like stick to the primer. So just take any sort of like a matte color. You don't want anything with shimmer in it. And just press it onto the eyes. I'm just using a big brush. This part doesn't really matter. Next, before I actually start going into the eyes, I like to prime the skin meanwhile, because then your skin will absorb it and it'll sink in. I'm going with the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. I actually use this on a lot of my clients. Surprisingly, I've had more clients that are dry, normal to dry. I've had a few that are oily or normal to oily, and then in that case we use a mattifying primer. Not a big deal. But I'm going to go in with this. I love the effect it gives to the skin. It gives it a nice luminous glow. Nothing, like it's not like glitter on your face. It just looks very healthy. Okay. So now we're going to go into eyeshadow. So I'm going to be starting off with the Soft Glam palette, and then using the shade Mercier from the Modern Renaissance palette. So let's zoom you guys in. I'm going to be starting off actually with the Modern Renaissance palette. I am going to go into the shade Raw Sienna and put this in my crease using a big fluffy brush. If you guys want me to do a video about brushes, let me know and I easily can do that. And your crease. Then going into Soft Glam palette, the next shade I'm going to go into will be Burnt Orange. And pretty much putting that in the crease as well, but not as high and not as kind of like sloppy as I did with that first shade. Like this one, we're really just mainly focusing in the crease. And then just taking our fluffy brush, just going around the edges, making sure everything is seamless, using a light hand. Okay. Next shade, because as you see, we're slowly and gradually building dimension in the eye. So now I'm going to go in with Rustic. And I am going to put this on half of the outer edge and slightly sweep it into my crease. And I like to tap it on the edge and then swoop it in. It kind of gives you a little bit more control with the color. Now focusing on just the outer portion of the eye, I'm going to go in with Cypress Umber and just put that on the outer edge. Start with a light hand because if you go in too much too quick, it can end a little disastrous. And I like tapping it again in the outer corner. So that way, with the darker shade, you're not worried about it going everywhere. And I'm going to go back in with that first shade, Raw Sienna, very lightly on my brush and just kind of go over it. Everything we just did around the edges. I am going to go into the shade Vermeer right here, and I'm going to place that on the first quarter of my eye, going about halfway. Now you can use a flat brush like so, or you can use a synthetic brush. Actually, yeah, I don't have one on me. The ones that kind of look like a paintbrush in a way, like a tiny little paintbrush. Or you can use your fingers. And I'm going to go with my fingers. I like to go with my pinky because it's the smallest finger and it gives you the most control. Now, you can go straight in with the glitter, or you can put a little bit of concealer down and really make it crisp. I think I'm going to just go on my finger just so it has a more of a softer look to it. When you put concealer down, it kind of creates a cut crease, so it will make it look more sharp and refined. But I kind of want this to be more soft, so we're just going to go in with my finger. And I like to pat. Now, taking that first shade we went with, Raw Sienna, just tapping a little bit on the brush and just slowly tapping those edges from the light to the dark together, just to blend them together a little bit. Okay, now you could leave it like this and just go on with some mascara if you don't want to do lashes and things like that. I either will do a shadow liner, which is taking a black eyeshadow, like Noir, grabbing a brush like this, how it's flat. And what you would do is dip it in and then as closely as you can to your lash line, press it, creating a line. Now, or go with a liquid liner and or a gel liner or whatever, and doing a small line, or wing it out. A lot of my brides have been getting just like a baby wing. I'm gonna go in with the black and do a shadow liner. You can kind of see from this side to this side, just a slight difference. Next, I'm going to just go in with some mascara because then we're going to go with lashes. Now, there's many different ways to put on lashes. You can use mascara first and then put your lashes on and kind of glue them together. You can put your lashes on, then your mascara on both of them. Whatever way is best for you, you do you. Okay, lashes are on. One thing I forgot to tell you is curl your lashes too. Definitely curl your lashes before you go and put mascara on because it'll help blend your real lashes into the fake ones. Fake ones I used were the Ardell Faux Mink Wispie lashes. They're a great drugstore one, and honestly, they are the lash that I put on 3/4 of my brides. Them or Kiss lashes in the style Shy for a little bit of a softer look. One more thing before we move on to the face is taking a waterproof black eyeliner. This one is I think this one's waterproof now, I don't remember. What you're gonna do is tight line the top of your eye. So this under here is where you're gonna be putting it. It helps make your lashes look fuller. So we have the eyes done. We already primed, so we can move right into foundation, which is nice. Now, if you're testing out different foundations, test them out at least like 2 months, 2 or 3 months in advance to make sure your skin likes it, just in case you break out, the longevity of it, the finish of it, if it sits well on your skin. One that I seem to really like is the Nars, what is this? The Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. So I'm going to squirt a few pumps. Well, I'm going to shake it and pump a few on the back of my hand. And I wanted to try this brush because I didn't get to yet. It's from Luxie Beauty. It's their Precision Foundation brush. So I got about that much. Dab into it. Brush it on my face. Oh, this might be a little light for me right now. We'll make it work. I like to just put it on that and then go back in with the sponge and really blend it. Now you do not have to do this. You can go right in with the sponge or buff it out with a brush, whatever you prefer. I'm going to go in with the same concealer that I used to prime my lids, which is the Nars Soft Matte concealer in the shade Custard. Next, you're going to want to set your face to help the longevity of everything. You can either bake or just dust any translucent powder, whether it's pressed or loose, all over your skin. What I like to do is just put a little bit on my sponge and press it into my under eyes because they are a little bit on the drier side, so I don't like going excessive with the powder there. And I'm just pressing it anywhere I put concealer. And then we're going to just take a big fluffy brush and dust it across my face. Now that we're looking flat, let's add some definition back into the face. So we're going to contour. Honestly, one of my favorite powders is from Wet n Wild. It's their contour palette. This one is in Dulce de Leche. And contouring is diminishing areas. So to emphasize like your cheekbone area, you're going to want to quote unquote chisel out this part of your face. You make a kissy face too. It shows you exactly where to contour. Another spot I like to contour is under your chin. Gives your jaw some definition. And also hide that double chin. Now, you can also do your forehead. I don't have a big forehead, so don't worry about that. And also contouring your nose. I will do this slightly. I don't contour, if at all, on my nose. But for the sake of the video, I will do it a little bit. For bronzer, to bronze up the face, I'm going to go with Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzer in Saddle. And we are just going to bronze up the face. I like using light circular motions. This powder is pretty pigmented, so I like going in with a light hand. For blush, I am just going to use this Tarte palette. It was from the holiday collection. I like it because it gives you a bunch of different looks. I am going to go in with this kind of like neutral pink tone. Give it a little bit of a sun-kissed effect when you brush it on your nose a little bit. Alright, we're going to finish the lower lash line. Pretty much the colors I used in my crease are those same shades that I am going to use in on my bottom line. So going in raw sienna. Burnt orange. A little bit of a smaller brush. Going in with rustic. Now this is just going on the outer edge, kind of like mimicking the top. And Cypress Umber on the very outer. And then I'm gonna take that Mercier shade again. I'm gonna go on with a smaller flat brush. Going to wet it. And place it, dog hair on it. And then I'm going to put mascara on the lower lashes. Mascara on your wedding day, waterproof. And I have it all in the bottom lash line, a mascara, just wait for that to dry, and then we will flick it off. So while that's drying, I'm going to move on to highlighter. I am going to be using the Milani Strobe Lights palette. And I am going to mix these two together. I don't want it so gold, but I definitely don't want that. And you're putting it on the tops of your top of your cheekbones. And I like to put a little bit above the brow bone, as well as underneath. Just gives such a beautiful glow. Then what I like to do is take the sponge and just press it into the skin so it looks a little bit more natural and not a streak across your face. Whatever is left on the brush, I just like to put it down the nose. I like to keep it to bow a little bit. And then I like to go on my finger, dab a little bit, and put it in the inner corner. To get mascara off your bottom, take anything with like a spoolie, so like your eyebrow pencil. Ooh, those are pretty bad today. Okay. Second thought. Go in with your sponge and just press it back and forth. A trick to not do what I just did I learned this from Melissa Alator. Is after you're done coating your lashes, prop them slightly up and put a little bit of translucent powder on the edges of them, and it won't give you what I got going on. Last but not least are lips. I like going in with like a neutral shade and a liquid lipstick. They're gonna last longer than a regular lipstick. You don't have to worry as applying them as much, but always have it like with you so that way you can touch up. You can go in with a satin. ColourPop has awesome ultra satin lippies and they're like $5. Maybelline has some good liquid lipsticks. I'm going to be using Kylie Jenner. Hers are a little bit more drying, but they last. I also really love, oh, well, you guys, if I will link below my favorite lip video, and you can see a bunch of them that I really like. So I am just going to line my lips. Now that they're lined, I'm going to go in with Candy K from Kylie Cosmetics. Last but not least, set your face. So what I do is I'll go over lightly first, take the sponge, press it into the skin. Along with this, it's going to pick up any excess powder that might just be laying on your skin and help everything else soak in. Then I'll go over one more time to really lock everything into place. And one final time. Alright, headband is not staying in. Alright guys, this completes the finished look. I hope you guys liked it. Like I said, I am going to try and do one, maybe two more bridal looks for you. Hopefully I can give you some good ideas as to what to do for your wedding day.